Hi, Tracy here with another scrapbooking process video, this time doing week 5 of my project life for 2016. And for this video, I'm actually on location in my living room, so I apologize for the funny angle. I'm using my GoPro camera, which we use for family videos, but it can capture more of my space than my regular camera can. And it seems to have better lighting in different conditions than my other camera has as well. So I know it's a little bit of a wonky angle, but I hope that you enjoy this video anyways. Don't worry, all of my videos won't be like this. It's just when I do Project Life upstairs. There were some people who were wondering whether I'd be doing any more Project Life process videos at all. And the answer is yes. When I do my Project Life in my scrap room, I will be filming it, of course. And then I'm just kind of experimenting with this new way of maybe capturing my process when I scrapbook in my home as well. So there's a window right behind me, and I have the luxury, it's a luxury for me, of scrapbooking in the natural sunlight today. Ugh. I love it. It's very outside of my usual experience. I scrapbook in a basement. My scrap room is normally in the basement with no windows at all in my room. So this is quite an experience for me. I'm absolutely loving it. So I have my Amy Tangerine roller date stamp here, and I'm just looking for the date that these lamingtons were made and the picture was taken. This is a picture of my daughter's project. They were just reading a magazine. It was Chatelaine, actually. My daughter reads Chatelaine for some reason. She's 11. No, she's only 10. Anyhow, she and Sophia decided to make these, and they made them all by themselves with no help from me or from Scott. So that was really nice. And then you saw me take that picture of my backyard with all the snow, and I just attached it to a 4x6 card. I'm using a Design A pocket page this time. So that means that I'm going to be using some 4x6 cards as well. So I just grabbed this little box, and I do have a video where I show the kit that I'm using for February. It's a kit for my stash, so I'm using the Jade kit from Becky Higgins, and then I have a bunch of die cuts in pink and die cuts in turquoise and some arrows from my stash and some stickers and whatnot. So I just took a couple of turquoise colored die cuts. I thought that the turquoise looked really, really pretty with the nice cool snow. Yeah, I just really liked it. I'm outlining that feather. That's a feather die cut that a YouTube viewer of mine sent me a couple years back. She sent me a whole bunch of cute little handmade die cuts and embellishments, layered embellishments, and I've been chipping away at using them bit by bit. The table I'm using is one of those tables. You can get it at Walmart. It goes up and down, and it's like a TV table, or you can use it by your bedside or whatever. It's kind of a portable, movable table that you can sit the table at different angles as well as at different heights. So I just have it slid over me while I'm sitting on my couch. Did some journaling on the edge of that one. I'm holding it because I didn't realize that I'd be filming in this orientation. It's hard to tell because my GoPro is a little cube and I couldn't tell which side was up for a minute there, but then I figured it out. So now I'm going to use this You Make Me Smile die cut, but not quite yet. I noticed that orange card I thought would look nice with the Scorch Trials book cover. And I do have a New Year's resolution to read more, and I'm on my 3rd book now. Actually, I'm not. I'm on my 4th book. This was my 3rd book that I completed this year, and my resolution is to read 12 books this year. So I'm well on my way. I'm very pleased with my progress. Last year, I only read 3 books for the whole entire year, so I'm already ahead of last year. So I'm just taking some stickers. You see me, I've got a bunch of old sticker sheets there, and my goal is to just use up as many of them as I can. I'm pretty sure I won't kill this kit in February, but I want to put a really good dent into it. And yeah, so I just layered a couple of labels there, and I'm just taking the word story from that sticker set, and I'm layering it with that little epoxy sticker. I forget what the epoxy sticker says. I'll hold it up in a second, but that was from a set of book-related epoxy stickers that was in a Lawn Fawn embellishment kit sometime in 2015. And I'm doing my journaling here with a Sharpie because the stickers are a slick surface. I don't love how my journaling space is out here. I'm not really great at filling the space and making it look nice with my journaling, but it's done. So I'm happy to just have that little accomplishment recorded in my project life. So this You Make Me Smile die cut, I'm pretty sure is from Jilly Bean Soup. I think it was from the collection that had cucumber in the name. Cool Cucumber or something like that. So I'm going to layer it with the photo of my girls. They were sitting at the bench at A&W. We brought Sophia to A&W because she hadn't been there yet. She's from Spain, and I don't think they have A&W over there. So I'm just looking at what I can put with it, and I'm taking out in that little container there. I have all of my dimensional embellishments that I plan to use this month. And in there, I noticed that there was this really cute snowflake clip. So I just stapled it in there with my tiny attacher and decided to not use any dimensional embellishment on this card that I had actually taken that out for. But there's a sticker here that looks like it's going to work, and I'm just layering it with the word smile. And I'll hold it up for you to see in a second. I know it's a funny angle, but I thought it was probably better than nothing. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. And I am going to change it halfway through. So I'm just adding a couple of stickers from that sticker set and stapling them in place. And I'm taking the ampersand from this October Afternoon sticker set, and I'm going to take A and W, the letters A and W, from the Sassafras letter stickers in orange. Of course, A and W has those retro colors, and this card is not really made up of those retro colors so far. So I wanted to, although there is some orange in the, what I mean by retro color is that kind of retro looking orangey color, and green and browns are on the A&W logo. So I'm leaving that turquoise die cut on there anyways, just because I like it, and not everything has to match and coordinate. It looks I like it the way it is. So I felt like A&W was just kind of floating there, so I wanted to put it on something. So I just found this little tag sticker. It looks like a little place card, or what's that called? The little plaques that are in the fronts of books or on the edges of books. Anyhow, it looks like one of those. And before I'm finished, not right now, but I'm going to come back to this card and add 2 enamel dots to cover the 2 holes in that, and they're going to look like they're sort of like it's bolted onto the card once those enamel dots are there. I am doing journaling in 2 different places, and then I just added those hearts there at some point so that it just kind of gave a little bit more balance and interest to the card. And there you go. I'm going to show all of these cards. If you're interested in seeing what's on the stickers and whatnot, I'm going to share it all at the very end in close up. So here's another card from the Jade kit, and I just wanted to matte this photo before I put it on the card, just for a little bit of extra, to get that bit of pattern, and also just for a little bit of extra interest, because this card is going to be fairly plain. And I'm using, because the table is a little wobbly, it's one of those, freestanding tables with an L-shaped leg, or 2 L-shaped legs. It's a little bit wobbly, so I didn't quite cut that straight, so I just had to cut it again. You can tell that it's a wobbly table because my camera wobbles quite a lot when I outline and write. So sorry if that's making you guys seasick or anything. Now I'm just going to outline around the whole edge of the card as well, just to add a little bit of interest and boldness to this card. It was looking a little bland, so outlining is one little trick that I use for making cards look a little bit more interesting, especially when I'm not doing too much to it. So for this one, I'm just going to add some journaling on the top. This was a day when school was canceled. and there was a big snowstorm, and so we were all home. I always have Mondays off anyways, but it was nice to have the family around, but I didn't want to be downstairs in my scrap room, so I just brought all this stuff up so that I could be around the kids and interacting with them, even if I'm, sitting here most of the time. So that cardstock that I cut from is cardstock from Becky Higgins. I don't know if she still does this, but they used to make little cardstock packs to go with each of the core kits, and that is, I believe it's the cardstock that was supposed to go with Jade, but it might, or with Jade, or it might be the cardstock that was meant to go with Honey or Clementine even. I don't know. It went with one of the kits that I had anyways. I have gotten them all mixed up since then because they're all fairly old. So I'm just pulling out a couple of more cards, and then I'll put them back in my little pack. Those cards fit so perfectly in that little tool caddy. If you didn't see my video where I talk about my Project Life setup for 2016 and my February kit, it's all one video, not two. It sounded like there were two there. But check it out because that core kit fits, like what I've got left of the core kit, fits perfectly in that little tool caddy that you can barely see the edges of. So for this one, this is another pretty plain one. I really love that icy blue color on a card about the snowshoeing. And then I just added a sticker from that Teresa Collins sticker set that you see over there to the side. And now I'm trying to find a sticker that's going to go, or a card that's going to look good with this picture. And I really liked how the green in the card picked up on the green in her outfit. And again, these stickers just have that beautiful color green in them. So I actually took a sticker that didn't have the green, but that orange coordinates quite nicely. A little bannerish type of thing that has a heart on it. And then I'm doing my journaling sideways. When I do my journaling in a Project Life layout, I like, and I'm just going to grab some patterned washi tape to add a little bit of interest here. What I like to do with my journaling is just to keep the page looking a little bit more consistent and cohesive, because Project Life spreads can be quite scattered looking and cluttered looking, especially mine, because I don't really even try to design it. I just throw a bunch of cards together. I'm more concerned with getting the stories told than I am with it really looking all that nice, but it ends up looking nice anyways when I do it that way. Like, I'm always pleased with how it looks. Anyhow, my point is that I like my journaling to only go in two different directions. So all of my journaling is either straight up and down, like normal left to right, or if I'm putting my journaling sideways, I'm consistent about it. So it always runs from bottom to top instead of turning it the other way and running from top to bottom. It always runs bottom to top. And I've just adopted that as my consistent way of doing my journaling ever since I started Project Life in 2012. So that means that when I'm looking at my pages, it just looks more cohesive to me. It doesn't really matter if you want your journaling to go all different directions, that's fine. But that's just one of the elements that I choose to use as a way to keep my pages looking like they all belong together. Or I guess like my cards, like they all belong together. Because otherwise, I feel like my cards can look kind of crazy mismatched all over the place. So I just try to, even though I'm not designing too much, there's a card about watching the old X-Files episodes, and there happened to be a sticker that said archive on it, so that was perfect because we're watching old episodes. And that pink pouch there has all of my washi tape, so I'm just kind of keeping track, and I'm mindful of the fact there I'm putting those enamel dots on that little plaque-like sticker. I'm just mindful of the fact that I'm using a Design A page protector, so I want to make sure that I have the right number of cards to fill it up. I'm going to end up with more cards than enough to fill it up, and so I'm going to put a little insert in between weeks 5 and 6. So this is a photo of my daughter's hair. There's in an earlier week, there's a photo of her getting her hair lightened at the tips. I lightened her tips. So this is a strip of washi stickers that I want to use this month, and I don't think I've used them, or if I use them, I only used one of them so far. So I'm going to get a bunch of them on my cards this time, and then I'll finish them off next time. So I'm just writing highlights. So a couple weeks ago, we lightened her hair, and she liked it light so much. The plan was to lighten it and dye it purple, but she liked it light so much that we just left it light for a while, and she had blonde tips for a while. And now we went back and added the purple, and we added from a couple of different purple home highlighting kits. So there are different shades of purple in her hair, and it's really, really pretty. It goes, I don't know, I didn't really know what I was doing. I just mixed it. I just kind of blended it to try to make it look ombre. It doesn't really look ombre, but it's cool. It's like a mottled, all different colors kind of look, just the tips. So I'm using one of those stickers that said hi to put the hi in highlights, even though it's, hi like H-I instead of H-I-G-H-L-I-G-H-T. S. So anyhow, I'm just doing some outlining, and I decided to outline the letters because they were looking a little plain compared to I had outlined the hi. And I still am not 100% happy with it, so I am going to go back and add some stickles. Not in this clip, but I think I did tape it, so I'm going to put it in at the end when I show you my cards. I'm going to show you just how I just needed the lights part of that title to pop a little bit more, so I added some turquoise stickles that are totally sparkly and bright and colorful, and they just step it up a notch and make the word lights stand out a little bit more. Put some brightly colored enamel dots around it, and I don't mind that this card has quite a bit of a different color scheme than all the other cards, because it's sort of the point is that she's got this really bright purple hair that stands out, and so it's okay if this card stands out too. So here are the last two of those craft stickers that Stephanie Hart gave me that I'm trying to use up the whole strip of them. I used up probably 6 or 8 of them earlier this month, or I guess it would have been in January, because this is my first part of February. And so I'm pretty pleased with myself that I got them all used up. That was, I had these 2 goals, to use the washi stickers and to use the craft stickers. And so I'm well on my way to meeting that goal. Well on my way to meeting my book reading goal too. I'm just like on a roll. Feeling good about it. So I'm just trying to scatter these washi stickers all over this just to brighten up this card a little bit. It's a dark blue card, so I feel like it needs a little something something. And I'm outlining the washi stickers with my Sharpie marker because they're a little bit, some markers will stick well to washi and some don't. So when in doubt, I just grab my Sharpie because I know that sticks to anything. It's a slick surface writer. I think it depends on the washi and on the marker, but Sharpie will mark on anything. So if you're ever not sure, sometimes it's good to test it too, like especially on one that you don't think you'll use, or even just some of that, the sticker that's left behind on the backing is another good place to try out your marker and see if it's going to smudge. There we go. There's that card. So I'm just kind of taking stock of what I've got and what I still have to do. So I changed the angle a little bit more. Let me know what you think. If you prefer this kind of directly overhead view for future on-location scrapbooking process videos. It would only be for Pocket Pages. I would never do this for a full layout, but I'm trying to make Pocket Pages work for me, and so doing it in my living room is just going to be better for me much of the time, not all the time, but much of the time. So I'm just taking this Dear Lizzie chipboard sticker and I'm applying it to this card which I placed the photo on. The photo is just a little bit bigger than the card, so. And I was thinking about how to put like a home on this. I wanted lovely home, but I can't really get it to work. That looks a little bit weird there. Like I think that house is a little bit too big. So I found this other little tiny house from an Amy Tangerine set of stickers, and I still don't know. I think I might have liked the bigger house better, but. And now I'm gonna like really fuss with this quite a bit. I'm wasting some time here. I should have just gone with what I wanted to do in the first place, but I don't know. I had the whole afternoon and the kids were playing really nicely, so I just fiddled with it a little bit. I'm not liking this at all, so I keep going back and forth and taking them off and putting them back on. So I went with those stickers from the original set anyways. Like that I don't know, the set that has, the Amy Tangerine ones have like a white border around them, and then the other ones, I think they might be by Pink Paisley or something. They have a cream border around them, but I'm mixing them together anyways. It doesn't really matter. It's just a Project Life card. I mean, the nice thing about Project Life is that you can let go of the cards and not need them to be perfect, because each card gets so little of your attention. Like, even if you're really looking through your album, you really only give so much attention to each card. So if one of them is, has that kind of annoying little place where the letters are crooked or whatever, you don't really spend that much time thinking about it. So it's easier, at least I find it easier, to just kind of move on and let go of the imperfections with Project Life, because there's just such a mass of cards once you get the end of your year, right? And you've got all these cards to look back on. You're totally not going to notice that, that card on week 4 was crooked, or that you mixed white with cream or whatever. Well, mixing white and cream looks nice sometimes anyways. So I'm using more of those Dear Lizzie stickers, and I'm pleased about that. They've been in my stash for almost ever. That Dear Lizzie set came out quite a long time ago. I think it's from the Lucky Charm collection, so that was quite a while ago. I think that was just her second collection. So now I'm just going to show you the cards. So these are the cards that I made the other day. I'm using a Design A page protector, and then I did make some extra cards that I think I'm going to just put in an insert between weeks 5 and week 6. So this is week 5, and here's one card using the Becky Higgins Jade Core Kit. This is a Jilly Bean Soup die cut, and these I think are Fancy Pants and just random stickers from my stash. And then this is a paper clip that I had in my stash, and a feather that somebody sent me from YouTube, and then a die cut that I thought looked really cute with the pretty trees in my backyard. I did a little bit of journaling. It says, Camilla's last day brought a snowstorm that left our yard a winter wonderland. It was really beautiful snow, the kind that sticks to the trees. It doesn't always snow like that here, but it was quite pretty, so I took a lot of pictures. And then this is saying goodbye to Camilla, and I did a layout about this, so I didn't feel like I needed to journal a whole lot. And then I just added the word the sticker Splendid to the card that said day. I forget what it said. I think it says day by day. And then I just did a tiny bit of journaling that says snowshoeing at Lewis Lake. Then I have this one, which I think I'm going to put some stickles on this. I think I'm going to put some stickles on it right now, actually. So I'll put it aside to show you that. Then I did this one and put some puffy stickers and an old Dear Lizzie chipboard word that says lovely, lovely. And then this one, which has an old sticker from my stash and then some washi tape, and the washi tape was peeling up, so I just put a staple on each end of it to keep it in place. And then this one, I just did some journaling and added a date stamp. And then this one, I just printed up the cover of my book from Audible and did some journaling on it. I don't love the placement or spacing of my journaling, but it's okay. Then this one is just a picture of my cat Matted and put on this really cute card from the Jade collection. All the photos here are 2x2, except these ones are 4x4, the large Instagram ones. And this one just has a puffy sticker. That's what I love about these cards, is that they're already so pretty that you don't really need to do too much, and that's the idea behind Project Life, is that it's going to be fast and easy. So I took this sticker that says Archives because we're watching old episodes of the X-Files, and what's really cool is that Scott and I were both X-Files fans independently of each other. We didn't know each other when the X-Files were on, so it's really cool to watch it together this time around because we had watched it separately before. We're not watching every episode, we're just going back and we're picking our very favorite episodes to rewatch. And at the same time, we're taping the new episodes. I don't know if the new ones are going to be good, but there's 6 new episodes airing. I think maybe 1 or 2 of them have already aired, and we're saving them until after we've rewatched some of our favorites. And then this one has those washi tape circles that I'm trying to get out of my stash. And the very last of those, what is this called? Craft, or I guess it's the second last of the craft stickers that I'm also trying to get out of my stash. So my goal for the month was to use up these and use up these. And these are used up now, and there's only a couple of these left. So yes, this one just had washi tape at the top and bottom with some staples and then a sticker that says archives. And then this one has some chipboard heart stickers from that Dear Lizzie collection, the last of the craft stickers, and a brad just to add something different. I just wanted another heart. And it was the right colors, so I just added that. Now I'm going to grab my stickles and do something to this because it just seems a little like the word lights. I outlined it to try to make it be more emphasized, but I think with all the bright colors of the dots that are around it and then the bright color in her hair, I want the word lights to really shine and show up. And stickles are a wonderful old supply to use. If you've been crafting for a while, you probably have lots of these in your stash. I think I'm going to use this bright turquoise color for this, because I want to pick a color that is close to the color of the sticker, and this would have been cool too, this lime green. It's very pretty, but there's already lime green on it, so I think I'll go with turquoise because it's close, but it'll really brighten that up. So I'm going to put that stickles on right now so that it'll have time to dry. I just have to find the turquoise one. I think this is it right here. So a couple of tips for stickles. I store mine upside down. It means that all the air goes to the top of the bottle, and the nozzle is completely filled with stickles so that you won't get any air bubbles. Another tip is that when you're using it, in between uses, you can put it in a roll of washi tape, and that holds it upside down so that air that's in the top doesn't go down into the nozzle. So I'm just going to, so that I don't get my project full of stickles, I'm just going to unfold my stickles chart and use the back side. And stickles is basically glitter glue with a very high concentration of glitter in it, a lot more than kids' glitter glue, and it's oozing out because I've been storing it upside down, so you can see it's oozing there. You just basically, I'm going to get rid of that before it drips on something. You basically just squirt it on. It's kind of like outlining or coloring, but with glitter glue. And, pardon me, and because I store my stickles upside down, I don't even have to squeeze the bottle. This is just coming out on its own. Look at that, it's so pretty. And it will dry to a chunky, probably raised surface. Slightly raised. So many of us have these stickles in our stash from back when we started scrapbooking. It's nice to use them. I've always been a big stickles fan. The reason I don't use them as often is because when you're making process videos, it's not conducive to waiting huge amounts of time, and I'm very impatient. I don't like to stop and wait for something to dry. So I'm about to go narrate a video, so I'll just let this dry while I'm narrating. So I'm squeezing now. The flow has reduced. Oh, that looks awesome. Oh, I love stickles. So that's how it looks. It's not going to dry quite that light and wet looking, so when it dries it'll look like dried glitter, kind of like it will look like this, which is still quite pretty and glittery, but not so wet looking. So I'm going to put it right back in its spot. And I'm going to get my cat out of here and go do my narration. So I'll be back and show you how it looks when it's dry. Alright, so it is pretty much dry. Yep, it's dry. So I wanted to show you what it looks like when it's dry. It's so pretty. I love it. Man, I should use stickles way more often. It's such a great way, especially with letter stickers like this. Such a great way to dress up some letter stickers or just anything.